I've seriously been working on this project the last 4 years. I really started thinking about it probably 7 years ago. A lot of it just has to do with the way I grew up. So I was born in Taiwan. My mother's Taiwanese, my father's American. And I grew up with a lot of people in that situation. This is post-Vietnam War, so I have a lot of friends who our mothers are from Thailand or Japan, wherever else, and our fathers are American. But that's a pretty diverse group as well, because some of our fathers might be white or Puerto Rican. In my case, it's Mexican American. But for me, a lot was like exploration, trying to get answers to some of the questions I had. And I'm fascinated by it, because the more I started learning the history of my family, the more I connected with other people. There are a couple of interesting people I'd meet. There's a Professor Willis. He lives in the eastern part of the island. He came over in the 70s. He's been there for over 4 decades, raised both his daughters there. He's African American, so he raised his daughters in public schools. I think it's something that a lot of people don't think about, that what's like to be a multiracial or non-ethnic Chinese or Taiwanese in public school in Taiwan. So you have another guy in the book who's a Mexican immigrant, or Mexican-Canadian immigrant. He went over there to teach English. He went over there because of the World Cup. It was an age that he decided he would try out Taiwan. Ended up opening up 2 businesses. He has a Taiwanese wife, he has a Taiwanese daughter, and we talk about how he named his daughter. He makes his homemade tortillas, so we just talk about where does he get his ingredients from, and it's home. And you ask these guys, are they ever going back home? And they're like, I am home. But the last 10 years, we've been seeing a lot more people from other countries coming in. So my particular interest is the African diaspora in Latin America. You have a number of Southeast Asians and Indians and Arabs going over there, and of course, white Americans and South Africans and Australians. But a lot of their stories are told, or a lot of the times they get their perspective heard. And so I really wanted to talk about these other communities that have been popping up and contributing to Taiwanese society. One of the most exciting things about this project is I just haven't seen too many other things like this, particularly about Taiwan. I think Japan, there's so much stuff about Japan. There's more and more about China, but Taiwan is just as fascinating. You know, of course I have my bias, but there's so much more happening there than people realize. And there's a Chicano hip hop scene. And I don't know if there's any Chicanos actually involved, but I mean, there's tattoo parlors based off East LA. You have people wearing Dickies doing the whole 9. You have a whole reggae community, and there's a little more Caribbean influence there. So the reason it excites me is that I feel like myself and the people I'm working with, we're bringing something new to the table. A few things that stand to me that I would like for people to get from this project is, one, to do some self-reflection. I think as you learn more about other people, hopefully you can make the connections that whatever surface differences we might have, could be religion, could be our gender, could be language. When it comes down to it, we have the same needs. We need to feel validated, we want to take care of our families, we want to be safe. So how are our histories and our experiences intertwined? And so you don't have to be Black or Latino or Taiwanese to relate to what's going on here. I think for a lot of the reasons that people immigrate or they travel, it's for the same reasons. You want a better life. And so at a more personal level, it's exciting for me to contribute to that, to really inspire people, hopefully, to do something different. So I got a lot of great feedback on the perks. So hopefully, if you're watching this video, you're just as excited. For me, I would definitely say if I had the $5,000, I would take that perk, because I will buy your plane ticket. I love to show people around. And so we'll do the touristy stuff, but I really like taking people off the beaten path. In Taipei, there's just so much to see and experience, and we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna see something new, and something that is gonna be very, very unique. I can promise you that. Great food, good times, lots of history, and it's gonna be a blast. I really hope that you can consider contributing or spreading the word. Every little bit helps. And I just look at this like this is the start of something. Like, this isn't just about me, it's not just about my friends, it's not just a vanity project. It's really broadening the discussion about how we are connected and what does globalization mean, and inspiring people, inspiring young people.